You can manifest all you want, but it will not happen until you have discipline. And this is exactly how you're going to develop the discipline necessary for you to achieve your dreams. Motivation can get you started, but discipline will make it happen. At the end of the day, success is not just talent or just luck. The secret sauce that you're going to need is that discipline. And if you're struggling to cultivate discipline, stay with me. By the end of this video, you will know how to get there. The card for this show. Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to the card for this show. I am your host Sarah and I'm back. I am very happy to be here and I'm happy that you're here tuning in. If this is your first time being here, welcome. And if you're one of my regulars, well, you know what? Welcome back. And basically on the call for this show, we talk anything empowerment, personal growth, self-improvement, faith, and anything the Lord puts on our mind and how to become better versions of ourselves. So if this is something that you like, that you're interested in, please go ahead and subscribe. Okay, leave a little like for this video so that YouTube knows this is tea. And if you are listening through Spotify or Apple Podcasts, hello there. Hi. You can also subscribe from there, right? I think you can also subscribe. Go ahead and subscribe from there or leave a review or something like that. But thank you again. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm so happy to have you here. What is one habit that you have been incorporating in your life in order to become more disciplined? Or what's one thing in your life that you know you have to get rid of in order to be more disciplined? Let me know in the comment section. You know what's crazy? Let me be honest with you guys. I set a goal to be consistent on here. I have been in such a funk this week. I mean, slightly depressed, I'm not gonna lie. When I woke up this morning, I said, oh, there's no way I'm recording this. Which is crazy because today I'm here to talk about discipline. When I say you're not alone into this, I mean that. Because God uses this platform to test me every time. I don't just come up here to talk out of my head and just say a bunch of stuff. I'm also living it. So let me just say, shout out to the girls who woke up this morning and did something that they have to do, something that they had to do, even if they didn't want to do it. If that wasn't the case for you, that's okay. There's always tomorrow. Actually, there's always right now. You can start right now. The day I said I'm going to talk to the girls about my discipline habits is the day that I struggled the most to be disciplined. Anyway, let's get into this video. Here's the truth. The babes of this channel want to be successful. They want to be bold. They want to be confident. They want to walk better with God. They want to become their best selves. And that includes me too, okay? And so I am here to help you to get there. I'm here to share what I have been doing, what I have been learning, what I've been through, what I have incorporated in my life in order to achieve my goals. And so today we're going to be talking about discipline. I know we are so on the manifestation train, okay? And for some people that's faith and all that and big dreams and vision boards. And baby, you can make that vision board. You can write it down. You can have it all mapped out. But until you take the steps towards it, it's gonna be just that, a vision board and nothing else. When I started my journey into becoming a more successful person, which we're gonna talk a little bit more about, I was convinced that being motivated was enough. All I needed is like to have the will and have the big dreams and envision myself, and that was all that it took. Let me just tell you something. It don't work that way. And today, but I understand it took so much for me to cultivate a culture of discipline. A lot of trial and error, a lot of starting and falling, a lot of starting and failing. So I want to share my experience with you so that hopefully you learn from me or you get some guidance on your journey. I want to preface this. Success looks different for everyone. For some people, that is financially, right? You want to be financially successful. For other people, maybe your idea of success in this season is that your home is taken care of. For other people, is that your kids are taken care of. For other people, is that you're getting a degree. Other people, for me, for example, one of the things that I would consider successful is seeing my channel grow, which is why you should subscribe. Okay, go ahead and help you grow that. Seeing my podcast grow, that's one side of me that is successful. Another part of me sees success as my home being ordered, working on my marriage, and eventually my family. So I know that we have the idea of success being only monetary and like financial, but that's not the case for everyone. I'm going to point that out there. Your idea of success is personal to you. So before we even get deep into this video, I want you to take some time and write your one big goal. What is success to you? Put it down on paper or on your phone, somewhere that you can see it, you can visualize it. The first discipline habit for success that I'm going to share with you today is set a consistent morning routine. Now, you know what? I know we have seen so many platforms and so many influencers talking about the 6 a.m. routine, the millionaire routine, and all that stuff, but this is something that I realized worked for me. I'm being honest with you. I don't want to wake up at 6 a.m. I want to wake up at 5 a.m. However, knowing my lifestyle, it serves me to wake up early. I have a job, in addition to being a content creator. But the key takeaway here that I want you to take is set a routine that works for you. Now, the reason why I emphasize on having a morning routine is it sets the tone for the rest of your day and helps you to foster some sort of discipline. Now, maybe you have a morning routine for weekdays, and every weekday you do that. Every weekday you force yourself to do that. That's one way of fostering discipline. Maybe your morning routine can be during the weekend. Maybe you sleep in a little bit. That's okay. But as long as there is some sort of structure in your life that you force yourself to live by, that is one way to foster a morning routine. And beyond just that becoming a habit, the components of your morning routine impact your life. For example, prayer, meditation. These are things that you need regardless of whether you're trying to be disciplined or not, regardless of whether you're trying to be successful or not. These are things that already are good for you. Start your morning with intention, little journaling, praying, affirmations, making your bed. All these things are habits that make you a well-rounded person in the first place. And in addition to that, they help you to build your discipline. It grounds you and it gives you focus. Step 2 in building discipline habits for success for you. Prioritize your tasks. We can sometimes wear many hats. There are many things to do. I would take my example. I have a full-time job. I'm also a content creator. I'm also somebody's wife, which means that there are also things that come with that. And other times I have other things that I want to get done. There are so many things that we might want to get done, but let's be honest, sometimes some of those are not as important as others. So what you're going to do is take some time, sit down, and order your tasks in order of importance. What's the most important thing on Monday is not necessarily the most important thing on Saturday. Priorities on Saturday, for example. On Saturday, I don't have my regular job. I have content to do, I have home to care for, and I have to spend time with my husband or whatever other thing comes. Order that up. What's the most important for you? Maybe it might be taking your kids to school first, or maybe it's your job first, or maybe it's to the gym first. Maybe it's cooking a meal on every Saturday morning or every Sunday evening is your Sunday reset. Order everything for every single day. And if a couple of days are the same, that's fine. The same rule works there. If they're different, make sure it's very clear to you what you have to do and the order in which it has to be done. Because the thing is, sometimes we can get so overwhelmed with everything we have to do and we don't even get anything done. Do you ever worry because you're worried that you haven't started on your to-do list? You haven't started on your to-do list and you're so worried because you're also worried because you haven't started. And then I go into panic mode and nothing gets done. Practice delayed gratification. I understand the temptation of wanting to gain something immediately, but there is a thing called timing. And when you are talking about building discipline, that means that a lot of the time you're going to have to resist short-term rewards in favor of long-term goals. You do not need to do something for immediate gratification when you know darn well you should be focusing on something else, even if you're not going to get an immediate reward from that other thing. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know, you want to go out, you want to hang out with your girls, or you want to go to the bar and get drunk or whatever, but you know for a fact that maybe you have a test tomorrow, a test next week. You know that the following week something is due, a personal goal is due. It's important to condition yourself to forego the immediate enjoyment for the blessing that comes with the long-term goal. Maybe what you want to do is give yourself a small reward for focusing on your long-term goal. So for example, next week I have to post a video, which means that this weekend I have to work on my content. I have to record, I have to edit, and I have to schedule. Okay? But it's Saturday and I really would like to stay in bed. What I can do is a touchy reward to me planning my video, recording my video, editing my video. I can give myself a little treat. Maybe that means that I have more time on socials this week. Maybe that means that I can get a little ice cream afterwards, a little treat for myself. You train yourself to wait for a reward after you've accomplished a task, after it's been done. Step number 4, and this is incredibly important, build an accountability system. When you have some sort of external accountability, that strengthens your discipline by making it harder to slack off. Maybe you need an accountability partner. You go to the gym, you need somebody that's going to go with you, somebody's going to push you, somebody's going to hold you accountable to that. Maybe you are in school, maybe you study. You schedule like a weekly check-in with a friend of yours in your major, or maybe you have study dates set up on your calendar with. It could be somebody that has similar goals to you, and you guys can check in with each other weekly or monthly, or allow yourself to be vulnerable enough in the situation for someone else to be able to call you out if you're slacking. It's uncomfortable, but you know what? Discomfort is part of this journey, and we're gonna do what we're gonna do because we are successful women and we understand the value of discomfort. What is a little discomfort for a lifetime of achievement? What is that? Maybe another way is public commitment, right? For example, you can share a goal of yours on your social media with your followers or your friends or your community or your close friends on there. By sharing that publicly, you sort of create a sense of responsibility to follow through. And that could mean that every week you post an update on the goal that you're working on. Maybe you're going a fitness journey. Maybe once a week you post a workout that you are doing, or what is the new weight goal, or how many reps you've been able to do. Maybe you are into finances. Maybe that means that every week you share a list of things that you saved up on or things that you refuse to buy. Just something that keeps you accountable to your community. Now, all these tips don't all have to work for you. You pick what you obviously are comfortable with. Be careful on social media who you share it with. Obviously, it's not always a safe space, so up to your discretion. Maybe you have a group chat, right? And it's a WhatsApp group or a Facebook group of people who have similar minds to you. Or you can use a habit tracking app, right? There are a few of those out there. There are apps like Habitica, Streaks, or Notion. They are built to help you track your daily tasks. It allows you to mark off accomplishment. Some of these apps also allow you to show your progress with friends as well. So that adds another layer of accountability to it. And this is not sponsored, okay? These are just suggestions that I found online. So give it a try and let me know. Or you have a to-do list on your phone, okay? Step number 5 for you to create disciplined habits for a successful life. Reflect and adjust regularly. So when you take some time to reflect, it allows you to stay disciplined by assessing the progress that you've made, or making cutbacks, or making changes when necessary. Maybe you spent entirely way too much time working on something, and then you started slacking on other things and you realized this is not the most efficient way for me to work. Maybe a coffee shop makes you feel better. Take the time to sit down and analyze everything that you have done and say, you know what, this needs a little tweaking. This really works, so maybe we do more of that. Maybe we spend more time on this. This takes forever, or this takes a little amount of time. Maybe we can do that and another shorter goals together on the same day. Maybe set aside some time every week, okay, to review your goals, review what you have done, pay attention to what you struggle with. Note down the things that are challenging to you. Note down the things that you've been great at, right? And things that need improvement. The things that maybe are not that necessary, and you can adjust your strategies accordingly. These are a few steps that will help you to build a life of discipline in order for you to achieve your goals, in order for you to be successful, in order for you to become your dream woman. Pick one habit from the 5 that I've given you today. Let me know in the comments which one of these you would like to implement this week. Maybe all 5 can be a lot at the same time for you. Start small. Break it down, break the big goal into something a little smaller. Start somewhere, and progressively it gets bigger and better. If you enjoyed this video, if you have learned from this video, let me know in the comment section as well. Like this video, because I would like for YouTube to know that we are doing some good work here. Share with another woman, share with someone else in your life that may need some of these tips. And if you are listening on the podcast platforms, listen, hello. I hope you enjoy this. I don't know if they let you comment on there. Did they let you comment on there? If they let you comment, this applies to you as well. Let me know one habit that you would like to implement this week. Leave me a review and please share the podcast with everything will be linked down below. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for tuning in, ladies and gents. Thank you so much for being here, friends. I love you guys and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.